بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي الأمين وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحبه الخيرين الغر الميامين ومن تبعه إلى يوم الدين وبعد. The last time we started talking about the economic system in Islam, and we explained that there is a difference between the economic system and the economic science, or the science of economics, and that the science of economics is rather a universal science. It's like physics, chemistry, medicine, and so on, that can be learned among peoples of different ideologies, of different beliefs, of different systems and ways of thinking. But the economic system is a distinct and a specific system depending on the idea, on the basic idea you have adopted about life. So if you have adopted communism, then you have a specific economic system. If you have adopted capitalism, which is democracy, then you have a specific system, and so on. And the main three areas which constitute the economic system, regardless the basic view or point of view you have adopted, these areas are the ownership, disposal of it, and distribution of wealth. So when it comes to ownership, we stated that there are three types of ownership in Islam. So it's not like communism that has only one ownership, and it's state ownership. You as an individual, you're entitled to own things, but in a very small, very small extent. And when it comes to capitalism, you can own practically everything and anything. But when it comes to Islam, Islam has made a difference between private ownership, and public and state. When it comes to the private ownership, you're talking about owning things either for your own use or for manufacturing. So you as an individual, you're entitled to own factories if you wish so. You're entitled to have your own taxi from which you earn money, and so on. Public, the idea of public ownership is quite exclusive for Islam, since it cannot be privatized in any way and in any circumstances. So for instance, when the Prophet ﷺ says that الناس شركاء في ثلاث الماء والكلاء والنار, that people in general, people are associates, are partners in three things: water, fire, like electricity we have today, and pastures. These are the public terrains that they use for to feed their cattle. So, and the idea of public ownership can also be applied upon what we have today of mines, of oil, natural resources, what the earth hides within itself. The idea of state ownership is not that exclusive. You can find it in other systems as well. And these two, private and state ownership, they can be interchangeable. Yes, they can get interchanged. That means that a private property can be sold or handed over or inherited or given away to the state, and the state can give or sell a property, a car, a building, an institute to a private person. But when it comes to the public ownership, this cannot happen. And we're going to talk more about them in the area of distribution of wealth. Now, okay, you're talking about that the individuals are entitled of owning, but how can they own? And now we're not talking about disposing of it, we're talking about how to own. And you see that there are 5 means of ownership, 5 means of owning things. You have work, inheritance, property for sustenance, or is work, inheritance, need of property for sustenance, state, giving property. Number 4, individuals receiving property without exchange of money nor work. These are the 5 means or ways of owning things. And when we talk about ownership, we're talking about either money or property. So owning is a general term that includes both of them. Work, if you have the ability of working and you lack the, what shall I say, you lack the property which is enough to sustain yourself, to sustain your family, then Islam obliges you to work. You might work as a teacher, you might work as a police officer, so you might work as an employee, which is within any field or any professional area that Islam allows you to work within. So, but when Islam forbids a certain type of work, like official dancers, for instance, or prostitution, or serving, buying or selling alcohol, and so on. So these types are examples of works of employees that Islam, or employment that Islam has forbidden. So they can't be practiced as of us Muslims. Inheritance, a person passes away or dies, he or she leaves money, so the